Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I am Cher and I'm bringing you another little mini vlog today. We are headed to Panama City Beach, Florida. So we're here for my husband's 25th high school reunion. It is homecoming week here at the high school. We're coming for the game. Gonna see some of his old friends, do his reunion for a little while, and then spend the rest of the time at the beach. So we are bringing you along. Some good old high school football. My husband used to play for the same team, the Blue Devils, at Holmes County High School. So it was a very late night, and then we are heading down to Panama City Beach. So this is probably about 30 minutes to an hour south of where my husband grew up and went to high school. And he used to come down here to Panama City to party all the time at that age, but we won't hash up those old secrets. This is our Airbnb. We weren't expecting more of the studio style, so it was like fold-out beds in the living room, but it ended up working because we're at the beach, right? And this is so worth it because look at these beautiful morning views. Good morning from Panama City Beach, Florida, Front Beach Road. And one of my favorite things about vacation always is having a beautiful morning view, sitting on the balcony, reading a book, having some morning coffee. Except for there was no coffee. We completely forgot it. It was such a late night, so we had to go make a Starbucks run and an emergency. So if you're ever in the area, I believe this was called the Ambassador Condos, right along Front Beach Road, down from, a little bit east of Pier Park. And just a little tour of the area. So if you're not from here, Front Beach Road is your main road. It's kind of a strip that goes all the way along the beach. Lots of parties here. This is notorious for being known as the spring break crowd. Lots of kids, college students come around here around spring break especially. There is Gulf World there. Lots of things to do for the family. You can swim with the dolphins. So much to do for families, but it's also a huge party area. It used to be a home or a visiting spot for MTV. There used to be a lot of live broadcasts here. Club La Vila was huge when we were growing up, but really known for partying. And also it can be called the Redneck Riviera. Here we're stopping at Sharky's for lunch. So you can't come to Panama City Beach without coming to Sharky's. This is a fabulous little restaurant and bar on the beach. Great for the family, great for just fun in general. And loving this salad, highly recommended. The mahi mango salad, delicious. My 10-year-old son hates it when I sing and dance, so of course I have to do it just to annoy him. And this song is so vibin'. And more vibin' music, of course, out on the beach. So just a great spot to have lunch and then come out to the beach and hang out. So this is a great spot in and of itself. You got a little boat back there for the kids to play. So you've got Tyndall Air Force Base in the nearby vicinity. So you get a lot of low-flying planes, as well as helicopter rides that are constantly going around the beach. This is actually a really fun thing to do with family if you're brave enough as well. This is such an awesome tiki bar area back behind Sharky's. Just love it here. And of course, you can also enjoy live bands sometimes on the weekends and throughout the day. So just a really great spot to visit. Highly recommend it. And speaking of helicopter rides, here is a spot. It's right along Front Beach Road, right around the tourist area next to Alvin's gift shop. You can come straight up here to the helicopters and hop right on. So this is actually a pretty quick ride around the beach. You can just kind of see a panoramic view And one of the things they say about being up there above the ocean is you can really get a good shot of just how close all the sharks are to the people. Kind of nerve-wracking. But here is one that is taken off. And now, speaking of Alvin's Island gift shop, we are heading over to do a little shopping. We needed beach chairs and souvenirs for the grandparents for holding down the fort for us, all that kind of fun stuff. And we happened to pop in on a little sale outside here, so of course I had to do a little bit of shopping. $4, you can't beat that. Had to pick out beach clearance racks here. So if you've never been inside of a Florida gift shop, here is what one looks like. They all pretty much look the same across the state. Lots of fun little eclectic beach island type souvenirs. So we headed back to just enjoy the rest of the day at the beach, and we're heading out from our condos. This is going to be on the back side. You can see our balcony right here. And then at the pool area, everybody's enjoying some swimming. You can really get a feel for that Florida living right here. Somebody's got it set up as their own little back porch. And we got so lucky. It was just such a beautiful weekend, perfect weather, even though there was a hurricane headed towards the Gulf Coast. About this time, it's actually projected to be the next weekend, so we knew that we were going to be heading back to a hurricane when we get back home, but we really tried to enjoy and soak up the rays while we could. Here's the back side of our condos back here. Kids playing in the ocean, just a fabulous time. And I am from the South, where boiled peanuts are a staple for me. I was enjoying some leftover boiled peanuts out at the beach, left over from the game from the night before. Just bringing a little salty water right to your TV. Back to my little crab friend. This little guy would keep peeking out and he'd see me and disappear again. A little more of a tour of our little condo area. Over on this other side, there is a hot tub to enjoy. And you come up here and a cute little gazebo, tiki bar kind of situation. So really neat little place to stay if you don't mind the studio apartment. So heading back out for dinner at a very popular dinner spot. It's pretty famous as well. We're heading over to Angelo's Steakhouse. This one I have been to before as well. Figured we'd bring you along. So we're heading over east. We see that there are not as many strips and hotels as there were before, but this does still have a lot of things to do in the area. We're coming up over here on the Wonderworks and the Ripley's Museum. So still a lot of touristy type shops. You've got that Titanic museum going on. So lots of things still to do in the area. Always putt-putt golf, racetracks, little amusement parks, tons of family-friendly, fun things to do when you come visit at the beach. And yet another Florida gift shop. So you'll see lots of these whenever you visit any kind of strip road in Florida. So here is inside Angelo's Steakhouse. You have a very, steakhouse type atmosphere. You feel like you're back in the Wild West. Great menu. Very high prices on the steaks, but it was delicious. It was kind of chilly, so I had clam chowder to start with and the good old ribeye and baked potato. And followed, we had to have dessert, which was some apple pie a la mode. And cruising around the area. So Panama City Beach is always hopping at night. It is definitely a hopping nightlife. You got a beautiful sunset. It's just gorgeous to be here at this time of evening, but you will experience a lot of traffic because the nightlife, like I said, is very hopping. And so this is actually when we experience the most congestion is in the evenings when everything's just getting started. So along Front Beach Road, you have the Sky Bar up ahead. You have clubs. You have nighttime swimming. You've got karaoke bars, which are super fun. You can hear the karaoke bars and the singing all along the strip. Just a really fun place to be at night.
Spread the message online. God bless cheerleading.
But it was back to our condo for the night because we just are not as young as we used to be. So the next morning we came over to what is known as Pier Park. And a little fun fact about Pier Park. I was actually involved in this development when it was first created back over 20 years ago by the St. Joe Company. So I was in urban and regional planning and was a traffic planner who helped decide what type of impact the development was going to have on the traffic in the area. And so it was a really fun project to be involved in, and it is really neat to see it now 20 years later, a really popular and happening place. So this is a multi-use development right at the beach. You've got lots of shopping and retail and restaurants, and it is across the street from the pier and beach area, a lot of hotels as well. It has that very South Beach, Miami vibes going on. All of those outdoor malls are very popular. And this is across the street over around the fishing pier and the beach area, little public area. But we came on over here for brunch at Barefoot Restaurant, which is a really fun place. I love this. It's right on the water, gorgeous view, great vibes. Really recommend this place to eat as well. And we met a really fun waitress who hopefully is watching my YouTube right now. She got my YouTube channel name and was taking pictures for us right here. Here's a few shots we got. And just a little shout out to her in case she's watching. We really love the place, loved the food. Here is the menu for you. And we had some good old waffles. So the hubs got some chicken waffles, which I kind of had some regret about. I wish I had gotten that myself, but I ended up getting waffles too, which was so delicious. Just really enjoyed the food and the vibes. And if you're ever in the area, make sure you come check it out. It is a great place to eat. And back on over to the Pier Park area, just a little strolling around, shopping, browsing. This picks up a little bit more later in the day. In the morning, it's a little empty. And of course, you have to stop in at Big Dick's. We're really mature. Sorry, we couldn't resist. And across the street, we're heading over to the beach to hang out for a little while. Again, like I said, the fishing pier is over here. You do have to pay to get on this pier. And a couple of shots, of course, in front of Pier Park. Unfortunately, after a wonderful weekend at the beach, we had to head back on home to our city of Tallahassee, where we had to prepare for a hurricane. We actually headed out the longer way for us. We went into the city of Panama City, which is different from Panama City Beach. We actually wanted to see if we could check out some of the damage that was left behind from Hurricane Michael that actually came through here. And here is the mall. This was one of the most devastated areas, and sure enough, it's still looking pretty rough over here, though they have rebuilt in a lot of areas, but we wanted to check it out again. Once again, thank you for joining us. That about wraps it up. We hope that you really enjoyed this little mini vlog vacationing in Panama City Beach, Florida for a little weekend trip getaway. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy travel vlogs like these. Also check me out on all my other social media channels. I will link them down below, and I will catch you on the next one.